Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Begley.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Germany. Well, if that doesn't get the juices flowing, then nothing will. It's a monster matchup, Jim Begley.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
So it's away we go then. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I like the look of this guy, Kai Havertz. I felt a little sorry for him when he first arrived in English football because I don't think he was playing in his correct position. And I know he was helped, but all the help in the world can't always make it work. You have to make it work yourself. And he has stuck at it. And I'm really delighted to see the application beginning now to pay off. Good style.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Now it's Alvarez. No, he's just misjudged that one. Tar. And it's Stiller. Tries to thread one through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. McAllister. Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far. No, that's been intercepted. And it's gone back to the keeper. Not the most convincing of passes. And a play for a throw. Montiel. Now that looks a decent ball. An instinctive delivery. Musiala can get it clear. Tries to pass it through.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Adeyemi. And it's Musiala. He's close for a shot! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Montiel. That has not gone well. Musiala. Adeyemi. Stiller. Kimmich. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It's a really well-measured ball. Delivered with terrific effort. Tried his hardest, but the cross asked too much of him in the end.
Look, there'll be no complaints at all with quick service like that. It's so difficult to defend when the ball comes in so swiftly. But you can't question the finishing in this instance. I think, though, there's enough grounds for them to keep working at it.
And here's Gonzalez. Looking to play and charge, surely! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Kimmich. That's going right the way across. Wirtz. Lisandro Martinez kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He can run onto that. And a chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's really put himself on the line here.
It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? Plays it in low. That is a brilliant interception. And now a sudden chance to counter. Messi. Shoots! Oh, it's hit the post! Rudiger clears without hesitation. Great defending, strong and determined. Kimmich.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Musiala couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Distributed tidily. Now it's Messi. Messi. There's a sharp little ball here. Big chance! The captain scores!
Yeah, the captain has gone further up in everyone's estimation after an opener as wonderful as that. The manager will be reviewing his half-time message now.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that is indeed the final act. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Reflections on the first half?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Argentina have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. So straight into the second half.
Argentina can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Can he get on the end of this? And he's picked it up out wide. Driven in. Montiel getting this one clear.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
And he was quick to react. Raum sends it crossfield. And Adeyemi threads one in. And it's Musiala. Havertz. Paredes. De Paul needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Well, he has to become a target. They've been too slow to recognise his influence.
It's a throw-in. Argentina are still that goal to the good. Musiala. Well-timed, excellent interception. And it's Paredes. Alvarez. Alvarez! And that has fizzed wide.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
It's a good footing there. Looking for options for movement. Oh, sweet feet. And it's McAllister. Now it's out. And the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Alvarez. He is just caressing the chance! And it's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
And yes, it's him again. Argentina are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And that is expertly dealt with. Paredes. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Real chance! Oh, he has stuck it into his own net!
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
No luck with that dink over the top. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. This is a promising build-up. And this is Messi. Argentina suddenly appear frail.
Yes, from comfort zone to a stage of uncertainty perhaps, and they can't drift into a carelessness or this could get away from them.
Wits. Now, can they get him away? Musiala. Stiller. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Número 10, Messi. Número 7, entran.
Paredes.
Número 24, número 8. Se va a realizar un cambio.
Tagliafico. Argentina have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Musiala receives it in a good position here. He'll try from distance. Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Well, you'd really expect him to hit the target from there.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. He won't be happy with that one. Musiala. Stiller. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Looking for a runner.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Se está realizando un cambio.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in.
Oh, great leap! No, just not quite.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Now it's McAllister. Alvarez. And this is Dybala. Out towards the flank. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Dybala. Nice control. Picked out brilliantly. And he shoots! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
McAllister clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Now it's Gnabry. That is good strength. And time is up. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, it was engaging, if not an edge-of-your-seat encounter, and importantly, it offered the right result.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Es hora de nuestro sorteo especial. Tengan a mano los boletos que les dieron en la entrada.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we rise now for the English national anthem. Now that was impressive. It is a true heavyweight clash.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
So it's down to business here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical presence to hold the ball up and the awareness to bring pretty much everyone else into play. His best attributes, however, might be his enthusiasm.
Takes a shot! He's beaten the keeper and hit the post. Lewis Skelly.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Yehi. Now Foden. Palmer. De Arrascaeta gets a foot in here. Knocks it into space. It's a promising position. Space for him to turn and look. Getting up there! Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oliveira charging forward down that flank. Now this could be a chance. Can he finish? Goal! Uruguay! And Uruguay take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And it's Palmer. Spread out to the left. Now it's Foden. Looking for options for movement. Can he latch on to this? No, it's come to nothing. Yehi. Not the most convincing of passes. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Oh, it's great work in terms of both purpose and intensity.
Ugarte. Nandez. Good driving run. He's had it taken off him.
England genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack. Variation, unpredictability, you know, that's always key to success.
Saka. Alexander-Arnold. De Arrascaeta. De Arrascaeta venturing down the left. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Foden. And it's Palmer. Rice. Alexander-Arnold. Great vision. Now it's De Arrascaeta. Can he finish? And again. And that's a good finish. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Uruguay are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same...
And the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Foden. Oliveira makes the interception. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Kane. Palmer.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's having a good look here. De Arrascaeta! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Palmer. Rice. Alexander-Arnold. Araujo. Nandez, given the lift of his goal. Good running, strong and purposeful. He's in plenty of space here. Terrific effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Saka. And it's half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Uruguay looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time. So we're underway for the second half. And it's Stones. And Alexander-Arnold. Yehi. Foden might just make this. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
That is good progress on the left. Lovely bit of skill. Good pressure, determined, intense. Cross into the box. There's a sharp little ball here. England have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. And that should get the job done. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. And now a sudden chance to counter. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Nunez. Palmer. Alexander-Arnold.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Stood up well to him there. That's De Arrascaeta. He has found the way through. That is lovely. Skims one in. Lewis Skelly. Foden. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. De Arrascaeta played out to the left flank, and he's picked it up out wide. The ball goes in. Yehi attempts a clearance. Rice. Bellingham. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Oliveira. That's tidy. Hoisted in. And it's claimed by the keeper. Foden. Lewis Skelly. Now Foden. Eze. Chooses to go cross-field. Alexander-Arnold. It's Saka. In with the challenge. And he has been fouled there.
Cambio en Uruguay. Número 20. Número 9. Entran número 18. Número 7.
Stones.
Cambio.
Uruguay are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Oh, he's been caught on a chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! Back to within one! Interesting!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Número 23.
England cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Wriggles his way through. And it's Henderson. Saka. Threads one in. This looks promising. Tries a shot! It's in! We thought they were done, but never say never! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Kane. Saka. Saka! And the ball's come loose here. Cleared without hesitation. Rodriguez. And the counter-attack is on for Uruguay. Now it's Kane. Ugarte does well to get it back. And it's slung out wide. The pass has gone astray. Oh, there's a probing ball. So that means another 30 minutes football. So we are still gridlocked.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes, another 30 minutes, hopefully to make a difference. And we are already back underway.
Número 5.
Uruguay pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? Stones. Yehi. Stones. And it's Alexander-Arnold. There's the crossfield ball. Now it's Foden.
Oh, great feat, that.
Cambio en Uruguay. Número 10. Lo reemplazará. Número 24. Se va a
Jimenez.
realizar un cambio.
Deftly out wide. That's the throw. Bentancur. And he stands tall, impenetrable. He's found a way past. And this is Kane. Colwell. And here's Rashford. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Rashford in acres of space out wide. Bentancur getting this one clear. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Rashford. Valverde. That's De La Cruz. Tries one from range. Gallagher. So just 15 minutes still to come. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Now it's Gallagher. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Torres. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Gallagher, who's set up one goal so far. Eze. Now it's Rashford. Now it's Kane.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Great ball, and he's in. Goes for a shot! Yehi can get it clear. Now it's Kane. And they can counter here. And he's forced to go back. Gallagher. It's a pretty loose pass. You can run onto that, and he's definitely onside.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Tries to pass it through. Now it's Gallagher. That's it, there is no more. It is going to penalties. So we've done it, we've been there, we've gone the full 12 rounds.
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show in watching both teams refusing to lose. I mean, they both ran their socks off.
Nothing more the coaches can do. They, along with the rest of us, mere spectators, as we hit football's ultimate drama. An exchange of stares, and we're ready to go. No! Denied remarkably!
I think some mind games were played there, Peter. It certainly did the trick.
Up steps the man with the armband.
Good penalty. The keeper might have done him a favour in committing just a bit early.
This then to level matters. Oh, you're not going to save that.
How confident was that? Backed himself all the way.
Rashford, second in line for them. Oh, it's a really good save. Oh, keeper looked very big there.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
That's a brilliant read.
Well, I think he had the measure of that all the way, Peter, and he is pumped.
Eze, the third man up.
Well, if you have any doubts, that's what you do to conquer it.
Uruguay looking to keep step. Big character, big moment, big save. Well, talk about coming up with the goods.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked a treat.
And there you have it. So it has all ended in hurt. The team played their parts in a terrific struggle, admirably at times. But when it all mattered, they have fallen ever so slightly short. Well, ultimately it came down to penalties. Any thoughts, Jim, having seen what you have?
It's a tough one to take, Peter. The players will be feeling like the better side lost, and to some extent that's true. I don't think they did an awful lot wrong, and that's probably what the boss is saying to them right now.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Seguramente serán un buen recuerdo.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Everybody standing for the national anthem of Italy. Well, if that doesn't get the juices flowing, then nothing will. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
So off we go then. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. I think being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school of no-nonsense, but I really like his technique, and again, he's one of these centre-backs or defenders who can get his head up and just pick out a wonderful pass, 40, 50, 60 yards.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Locatelli. Now it's Keane. Now it's Raspadori. Now it's Keane. Oh, that is a nice touch. Now it's Politano. Oh, nice touch. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And here's Raspadori. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Deftly out wide. Udogi. Looking for options for movement. That's a good run he's making there. Forced to go back. And it's De Jong. Looking for the run. And he is Memphis Depay! Goal, the Netherlands! And we have liftoff! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Gravenberg does really well to win the ball there. Reinders. And here's Keane. De Jong. Looking to play him in. Oh, that's a key interception. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And here's Raspadori. Now it's Politano. Pings in across. Oh, good try! Well taken goal. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Frimpong picks it up out wide. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. The Netherlands with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Dumfries receives it, and the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. No, just not quite. The Netherlands have their second corner now. This looks promising. Dumfries with the delivery.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Politano. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Nice control. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, nicely intercepted. Dumfries. Gravenberg. Played out towards the right wing. And he's picked it up out wide. Has a look up and delivers. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Politano. Five minutes till the break. Now it's Raspadori. That's going wide left. And he's managed to get free. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. De Jong. And it's Gravenberg. Frimpong has the space to scheme. That's very neat.
There will be 1 minute at a
Hoist
time.
tries a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Bastoni. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
With the owner of a blue
Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although I think in the next 45 minutes we could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think there'll be a mad rush to do that just yet.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. Italy get the second half going.
The Netherlands are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He has found the way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Gakpo. Shot at goal! It's hit the upright. Udogi. Tonali. Not the most accurate pass. Raspadori. Oh, that's fabulous. Now it's Keane. Pinches it off him. Gravenberg. Frimpong. Gets a good foot in there. Calafiori. Raspadori looking to add to his goal. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Gravenberg. Spread it left. And this is Depay. Nicely weighted ball. He's had a shot! Goal, the Netherlands! And again they hit the front. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
Number 14, Reinders.
The Netherlands have their lead. And here's Raspadori. That has been slung wide. That's tidy. He's picked his way through. Gakpo with the cross. That's a decent clearance. Oh, shooting chance! Bastoni getting this one clear.
Substitution for Netherlands.
So, third corner of the game.
Gakpo.
Memphis
Coming on the
Depay
field
with the short
is
one. Dumfries. And a chance! And he hits the net! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless.
64 minutes is number 12.
The Netherlands now in a position far more desirable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And it's hoisted clear. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. The Netherlands have the chance to go the other way. Malen. The Netherlands still have the cards to affect this game. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to...
Takes a shot! Reinders finds himself offside.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number 10, Memphis. Number 12, Frimpong. Coming on the field, number 9, number 7, Javi
Gravenberg.
Substitution.
The Netherlands have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Now it's DiMarco. Oh, he's having a go! Gravenberg. Dumfries, who does have an assist to his name. And it's Simons. And Reinders. Played out to the left flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Di Lorenzo clears it away. Now that's well seen too. Tonali. Di Lorenzo. Calafiori. And it's DiMarco. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Calafiori is fouled.
Substitutions taking place.
Tonali. Tries to play it through. That's good play. DiMarco proves too strong. DiMarco did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Weghorst is onto this. Gravenberg. Big chance! And he should have made them pay.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Di Lorenzo. Belanova. To Barella. Xavi Simons did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Locatelli.
There will be 5
That's
minutes
destined for the
added
flank.
time.
Di Marco. Oh, he's been caught napping. Plays it in low. And he's taking no chances there. Out for a throw. And it's Barella. Retegi, and he's definitely onside. And he's heaved it away. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And that will be it. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
Please keep your eyes on your children during the match at all times.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Time for the first of the anthems. It is a true heavyweight clash.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
This lad, Ødegaard, is a player with quite a story. He was plucked at a young age from his native Norway, of course. He's done his tours of duty with a view to aid his development, and now he's gone full circle, posting some impressive figures along the way. He's a wonder kid who's really come good.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Now, this could be a chance.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
That's Alcanus. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Threads one in. Aguirre makes the interception. Elainawi. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Brahim Diaz. Shot a goal! Goal! Morocco! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence. They've made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
After 15 minutes is number 11.
Norway finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Solot stood his ground strongly. And here's Haaland. That's good running with the ball. Oh, well played. Morocco very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. And it's Diaz. Hakimi, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, lovely bit of skill. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, perfectly measured that. He's got away. Look at the space here. Tries a shot. In he goes again. It's a goal. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
After 25 minutes is...
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Driving forward. Tries one from range. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. They get a throw in. Looking to play him in. Oh, that's nice. Delivered low. That's put paid to the danger. Nicely weighted ball. And it's made its way to him. Shapes to shoot! No, just not quite. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Hakimi opts to play it. Goes for a shot! Goal! Morocco! And they get themselves in front! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Spread to the right. Solot. Norway disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Morocco looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Well, that's surely a foul. Oh, he's taken it. And here's Solot. It's anyone's ball now. Driving on and making good progress. And it's Diaz. He's free, he has got space. He's had a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And a neat finish! They are purring, truly purring. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Morocco go up by 2 and are looking good.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Haaland, oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time.
Morocco are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Well, we've been blessed with a goal-laden first half. 3-1 is the half-time score.
Everyone, please welcome our players to the field.
Away we go again. Good running, strong and purposeful. This looks promising. El Canus. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Great chance! And that is wildly off target.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run, and it showed how brilliantly energetic he is.
Spread it left. El Ainawi. Quality ball. He's found space here. And here comes the corner. So, third corner of the game. Ryerson gets it clear. And that is out of play. And back to the keeper. Surlot. Now it's Haaland. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Steaming on goalwards. Can he finish? Oh, good finish. Just gorgeous. The most glorious, delicious of touches. Followed up with an unerring finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Minute is number 20.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
And it's Mazraoui. Now, can they get him away? Cross to the back post.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
And a chance! Morocco have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Oh, shooting chance! Surlot. Ødegaard. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And he was quick to react. Passes coming off in quick succession here. That's good running with the ball. Big chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Berger. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He's found a way through. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And it's El Canous. Nicely aimed pass. Looking for options for movement. 75 minutes played. Oh, nice touch. Good ball, good take. He's on it, can he get away? Nawi. He's having a hit! Could be danger here. Brahim, there's the shot! Well taken goal. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Well, that has changed the dynamics. Oh, a gilt-edged chance! And the shot! Oh, special! That is a special goal! About as smooth as it gets! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Oh, good-looking ball. Great ball, and he's in here. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Aguirre tries to clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. 5 minutes left on the clock. He has found the way through. Brahim Diaz driving forwards. Haaland. He shifted it to the flank. That is good alertness. And that's a throw-in. Great vision. Great work on the overlap.
There will be
Messina clears it away. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5x. Solid! El Canous. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And here's Solot. Decent chance! Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Fabulous save by Bruno! Aguirre with the clearance. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
To pay a visit to our official store.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.